easy. Sparrow to make it a 3-goal, 3-point lead. He's got it. Melbourne are up by 3 goals.
Surely not another one. Handball to Oliver. Streaming through. Bang! Bang, bang, bang!
Melbourne are the premiers for 2021.
And it's just so special for our club, mate, our club.
Lastly, after 57 years of pain, it's coming home.
Hey there, TJ here, and welcome to Yeahthedees. This is episode 3, my top 50 players for 2021. So let's get started. Number 50 is Jack Viney from the Melbourne Football Club. Jack Viney, in my opinion, is easily one of the toughest players to play footy. Now, he only played 16 games, but he is absolutely vital to the Demons midfield, and this year became a premiership player. So I've got him at 50. At number 49, I've got Dustin Martin from Richmond. This is the 3 times Norm Smith medalist and 3-time premiership player. Now, yes, he didn't play that many games. He only had 16 for the year, but he was the best on ground for at least 3, maybe 4 of them. He's an absolute superstar and can never be doubted. At number 48, I've got Paul Seedsman from the Adelaide Football Club. Paul Seedsman is a great player, really clean a lot of the time with his disposal, and tends to be a bit of a ball magnet. In my honest opinion, I think he was the main reason why Adelaide were in a lot of games, especially early on in the season, and he tends to perform against the best clubs. Number 47, I've got the GWS defender, Sam Taylor. Now, Sam Taylor's only in his 4th year, but has really started to take some scalps. Performed really well against Buddy, Tom Hawkins, Josh Kennedy, and even Tom Lynch this year. So I'm really excited to see what Sam Taylor can do in the future. At number 46, I've got the Brisbane Lions' Zach Bailey. Now, Zach Bailey really impressed this year, getting around a lot of the ball off the half forward, and then also kicked that really impressive goal after the siren. Keep your eye on Zach Bailey for next year, because I think this kid's only going to get better. At number 45, I've got one of my favourites from the Geelong Cats, Zach Tuohy. Zach Tuohy is one of my favourite halfback defenders. Always seems to get it, and his kicking is elite. He gets his teammates involved, and the Cats are definitely better when he's on the park. At number 44, I've got GWS midfielder Jacob Hopper. Jacob Hopper's had a career best year this year in the midfield for GWS. He's hard, he's tough, he gets around the ball and gets his teammates involved. At number 43, I've got Essendon defender Jordan Ridley. Jordan is really great to watch. He's kind of like a discount Jake Lever. Isn't quite up to the level that Jake is, but he's getting there, and Essendon fans should be really excited about how good this defender is. At number 42, I've got another player that only played about 16 games for the year, Ben Cunnington. But when Ben Cunnington was on the park, he was doing his best to make sure that North Melbourne didn't get smashed. And for somebody to end up second in the best and fairest playing only 16 games just shows how important he is to that side and how good he is in general. At number 41, I've got Fremantle's David Mundy. David Mundy probably experienced a career best year this year, and I thought he was absolutely incredible to watch. He's one of those players where it's like, how long can this guy go? And I'm really happy to see him go around again for Freo. At number 40, I've got Port Adelaide's Carl Amon. I feel that Carl Amon really stepped up this year in the absence of Butters and Rosie. I think Carl stepped up and has gone to another level, and it'll be really interesting to see what Port Adelaide can do with a fit list next year. At number 39, I've got Jared Lyons. Jared, I don't know how he got away from Gold Coast, but this guy is an absolute jet. Keeps Brisbane in games and is really, really exciting to watch. At number 38, I've got Fremantle's Sean Darcy. Now, Sean really put himself on the map this year as a improving ruckman. I don't think he's quite gotten there to be up in the talks for All-Australian or even competing with a Nick Nat or a Max Gorn, but he's definitely on his way, and he was definitely doing some great things for Freo this year. At number 37, I've got Caleb Daniel. Now, Caleb Daniel is one of the most cleanest kicks of the footy I've seen. He's hard at the ball, and I actually chose this picture because if things had gone the other way, this would have been a really iconic moment for him in his career. At number 36, I've got Sydney's Callum Mills. Callum Mills is a great player, an absolute jet midfielder, and I think any club would be happy to have him. The D's almost had him back in the day because Paul Roos had huge raps on him coming through the Sydney Academy, so we actually put a bid on him in his draft year. Sydney matched the bid, and we ended up taking Clayton Oliver. But I'll tell you what, I'm pretty happy with Clayton Oliver. Number 35, I've got West Coast ruckman Nick Natanui. Now, if Nick Nat wasn't playing for West Coast this year, they would have looked a lot worse. They had a pretty shocking year, but still ended up just outside the 8, and I think Nick Nat is a big reason for that. At number 34, I've got GWS midfielder Josh Kelly. This dude is just absolute class and a beauty to watch. The GWS list is great and it looks even better when he's on the park playing. Number 33, I've got Sydney's Luke Parker. Luke Parker is just Mr. Consistent. You know what you're going to get from him all the time, and he's a fantastic midfielder. Great player. Number 32, I've got Premiership player and defender Dylan Grimes. I really rate Dylan Grimes from Richmond. Fantastic defender. He had a really solid year this year and did a lot of nice things when they were really undermanned. Number 31, I've got Jake Stringer. Now this is probably a bit controversial. I'm sure a lot of people think that he should be higher up because he is a bit of a game breaker, but really, how many games did he break? 5? And then how long is his patches? So in my opinion, his patches are too small and they're not consistent enough. And if he was really much of a game breaker, then things might have been a bit better in that first final. But unfortunately, he goes missing when it matters and is a bit of a downhill skier. So I've got Jake Stringer here at 31. At number 30, I've got Carlton defender Jacob Wiedering. I think Jacob Wiedering is easily a top 5 defender in the league. And with the amount of time that the ball spends in the Carlton backline, he's under siege all the time. Reminds me a lot of the early days of Melbourne when the McDonald brothers were under siege all the time, and you're just hoping that they do well. And Jacob Wiedering, when he gets a bit more support, you'll really see him shine. At number 29, I've got Port Adelaide midfielder Travis Boak. Travis Boak had an incredible season and at 33 years old is keeping up with everybody. It's going to be really interesting to see what happens or who replaces him when Travis Boak eventually retires. Because he's consistent and Port Adelaide have had him for a very long time, I don't know if they're going to know what to do without him. At 28, I've got Daniel Rich. Daniel Rich is another great quality Brisbane player with a booming kick and some really good gut running. So I've got him here at 28. At number 27, I've got the grand final sausage king because he kicked 6 snags, Bailey Fritsch. Now Bailey Fritsch is a footballer's footballer, and for a lot of non-Melbourne fans, he's probably only just coming onto the radar now, but this dude kicked 59 goals this year, and that is unreal. Unreal for somebody his size to go out there and kick 59 goals in a full season. Bailey Fritsch will be one to watch, and he'll probably be top 20 next year or the year after if he keeps on this path. Number 26, I've got Tom Hawkins. Now Tom Hawkins finished the end of the year with the most goals and has been a consistent forward for Geelong for a very, very long time. You know what you're going to get from him most times, and a lot of the time he kicks very, very straight. So I've got him here at 26. At number 25, I've got Port Adelaide defender Aliir. He had an All-Australian season this year and was absolutely incredible playing in defence for Port Adelaide. He is a big reason why they were challenging and almost ended up on top of the ladder. At number 24, I've got a really important forward here from the Bulldogs, Josh Bruce. Now Josh Bruce was leading the Coleman at one stage. He was the only player to kick 10 goals in a game, and you can see when he got injured how much that hurt the Bulldogs. It hurt their structure and it hurt them going forward, and it hurt their potency on the scoreboard. At number 23, I've got Brisbane Livewire Charlie Cameron. Charlie is an incredible small forward, and he just finds the ball and finds the goals. Kicking 5 against Melbourne in the finals, and I'm pretty sure he kicked 4 against the Bulldogs. He did all he could to get his team over the line. At number 22, I've got Bailey Dale. Another All-Australian here. Bailey Dale is a quality player, and just any club would be happy to have him, so that's why I've got him here at 22. At number 21, I've got Brisbane winger Hugh McCluggage. Now Hugh's a great player, really clean and consistent with the way that he plays and runs all day. He has a vital role on the Brisbane wing, and it has been shown to get some accolades here and there, and a lot of people have noticed how good this kid is. At number 20, I've got Melbourne halfback Christian Salem. Now this guy is an absolute silk merchant. He had 97% disposal efficiency in a grand final. Steps up in big games, he always hits a target, and he just never lets people down. He is so consistent, and he was real stiff to miss out on the All-Australian team this year. At number 19, I've got Essendon midfielder Darcy Parish. Darcy Parish is an absolutely amazing up-and-coming Essendon midfielder, and he will be a fantastic, incredible player. He's almost there. This is really his first year in the midfield properly, and I think with Ben Rutten behind him, we'll really see Darcy Parish flourish over the next couple of years. Number 18, I've got Dane Zorko. Dane Zorko he was great for Supercoach, picks up disposals everywhere, and great leader, really important player for Brisbane, and that's why I've got him here at 18. Number 17, I've got Sydney forward Tom Papley. Tom Papley he's got that Toby Green energy where it's just like, if the ball gets near him, he's probably going to get it and he's probably going to do something special. Players like that are few and far between, and Tom Papley's definitely got it. Number 16, I've got definitely the best Adelaide player on their list, Rory Laird. Rory Laird is an absolute general and can keep Adelaide in games with his tenacity, his defending, and his disposal. He's a fantastic player that I don't think gets appreciated as much as he should in Victoria. But Rory Laird, good stuff. Number 15, I've got Geelong's Tom Stewart. Kind of like the Josh Bruce entry that we had earlier, you can really see the difference when he was taken out of that Geelong side. Now, Melbourne came back over them in round 23 and then smashed them to bits in the prelim. And if Tom Stewart was there, I don't think those two results may go exactly that way. He's definitely a 3 to 4 goal difference player, in my opinion. At number 14, I've got the All-Australian fullback, Stephen May. Stephen May is an absolute brick wall. He won most of his one-on-one contests this year. He came back a week after getting his eye socket smashed in. He's tough as nails and has really repaid the Melbourne faithful after rocking up at the club unfit. He probably should have been an All-Australian defender last year, but we'll just have to settle with this year and the flag. At number 13, I've got the Essendon midfielder, Zach Merritt. Now, Zach is a great midfielder and he's really starting to find his own in the middle. And now that he's been paired up with Darcy Parish, you're really going to watch these two players flourish over the next couple of years playing together. Number 12, I've got the Coleman medalist, Harry Mackay. Harry Mackay is an amazing talent. Love his hands, especially when he marks up above his head, and has got a great kicking action. Carlton fans should be really excited with having Harry Mackay in the forward line, Jacob Wiedering in the back line, and Sam Walsh in the middle with their new coach coming in. So it'll be really exciting to see what Carlton can do with these assets next year. Number 11, I've got All-Australian defender Jake Lever. Jake Lever is incredible to watch, and I was really thankful to be able to get to some games this year before we got locked down, because watching him play live and watching how he moves around the ground is fascinating. He reads the ball like I've never seen, and now he is teaching that to people like Harrison Petty. Absolutely incredible. We now hit the top 10, and at number 10, I've got GWS's Toby Green. Now, Toby Green, like I mentioned with Todd Papley, they just have this something special when the ball gets near him. He is one of the players I worry about all the time when we play GWS. Don't really worry about anyone else, because you just don't know what's going to happen with him. Is he going to kick 4 goals? Is he going to karate kick someone in the head? Is he going to bump an umpire? Who knows with Toby Green? Maybe he'll punch another bloke out in a pub. You don't know. At number 9, I've got the only Gold Coaster on this list right here, and that's Tuke Miller. Tuke Miller literally puts that club on his back and carries them. I'm sure he's going to have some sort of surgery, because doing that for 23 weeks is bloody tiring. Number 8, I've got Sam Walsh. Sam Walsh is one of the most explosive and exciting young midfielders to watch. I love the way he goes about his footy. He has a tenacity that is just like a little rabid dog, and is going to make watching Carlton games really interesting next year. Number 7, I've got the accumulator, Jack McRae. Now, he didn't have the best grand final, but the rest of the year, he was one of the best midfielders. Easy lock for the All-Australian, and he will continue to do great things for the Bulldogs. At number 6, I've got the Premiership captain, Max Gawn. Now, Max Gawn is a 5-time All-Australian. Yep, 5-time. There's no other demon that has been a 5-time All-Australian, which is just ridiculous. So this guy is doing things that have never been done at this club. And especially being a Premiership captain, which hasn't happened in 57 years. His tap work's phenomenal. His around the ground marking is ridiculous, and now he's fixed his goal kicking, which was amplified in the round 23 clash with a kick after the siren. He had some demons because he had missed a shot exactly like that in the previous game, and then now here he was where he had to do it and he got it done. Not to mention his prelim final against Geelong, where he kicked 4 goals in that third quarter and ended up with 5 for the game. It was just phenomenal to watch. At number 5, I've got Mr. Ridiculous Jack Steele from St Kilda. Now, Jack Steele is he's just an absolute jet. And I think he's the main reason that St Kilda kept anywhere near games when they're down and out. They're a bit of a barometer team, St Kilda, a bit of a confidence team up and down, but Jack Steele is Mr. Consistent, gives an effort every week, and that's why I've got him here at number 5. At number 4, I've got the Brownlow medalist Ollie Wines. Ollie Wines had an absolute incredible season and did some amazing things for Port Adelaide. Now, dropped a little bit down because of the results that happened, and Port Adelaide weren't able to get things done against some of the better teams, but he's still an incredible player, plays incredibly hard. So I've got him here at number 4. And number 3, I've got Footscray's Marcus Bontempelli. Now Marcus Bontempelli is an incredible player. A lot of the time I've been comparing Christian Petrarca to him, where Marcus Bontempelli kicks these really important goals in game, and I was like, that's what Christian Petrarca needs to do. He usually gets the ball and he kicks it, but he'll miss 30-40% of those shots that Marcus always gets. Now, halfway through the third quarter of the grand final, I had Marcus Bontempelli at 1 in my list, but then he went missing completely when he was tagged by Clayton Oliver. Well, not really tagged, but given some attention. So that's why he drops down to number 3. But he's a fantastic player, and if he had gotten it done on the big day, he would have been number 1. Number 2, I've got the Norm Smith medalist Christian Petrarca. Now, a lot of people will probably be shocked that this guy's number 2, but I just don't think that he had the best year. I think he had the second best year. Definitely had a best finish. Winning a Norm Smith in the grand final was absolutely incredible. But he is Batman, and at number 1, I've got Superman, and that's Clayton Oliver. Clayton Oliver definitely had the best season of anyone this year. Anyone. He is ridiculous. He does things that I've just never seen on a football field before, and he's done it since game 1. A lot of people were shocked when Clayton Oliver got picked up so early, but this kid is fantastic. And I think the AFL community is a little slow getting around him, even though he took out the Coaches Awards this year. So that's it. That's my top 50 list. Thank you for watching. I really appreciate it. Would love to hear your thoughts in the comments below of who you think should have been in, maybe who you think you should have been out, who should have been higher, who should have been lower. Let me know. Please don't forget to like and subscribe. And next episode coming out will be the round 2 review of Melbourne versus St Kilda. So until then, enjoy and be well. Go Dees.